says, "Be a good human."
Oh,
I'm nice.
And mine
I should have dyed my hair or something because it stand out.
mine got initial P on it.
Oh, what that mean? Oh, let me be quiet. I'm gonna be nice today.
You know what I mean?
I guess
no,
so.
let's not be nice. This is sip and chat on a Friday. What's
I'm not
the
gonna say
baby?
that out loud. What I was thinking. Well, I
Oh,
can't say it out loud. You
Oh.
want me to say it out loud?
Yes, we do.
I mean, we grown.
I was just thinking,
Yeah,
pussy
yeah,
sister.
see, he was like this.
Let's go. Let's turn up Friday.
Oh goodness, it is definitely Friday. Friday. How y'all doing this week? How we doing this week?
I guess I'm the only one that's cool. I'm
I'm good.
Hey,
And what we sipping? I know Daryl out the jug, huh?
Yes.
green tea.
You got green tea, LaToya?
He trying to look for it. They probably took it.
Turn it up.
Oh my goodness, Doc, how you rolling? What you sipping?
I'm sipping on Puerto Rican rum tonight.
Oh,
It went from Jamaican to Puerto Rican to
Yeah, because you know how when you travel, you buy all this stuff and then you bring it home and you sit it up on your shelf and
fresh on time.
never get around
Okay,
to
you
it.
on time, girl. Look at you on time.
On time.
yes.
Damn.
We missed you too. That's why we give you a shout out. You here? You like? No, I'm here. I'm spunky today. Is there any current events that we want to talk about? I know it's some things that
You
happened.
asked me what I was sipping.
What do y'all think about this? Did you see the thing with
No, wait, Daryl, pause.
Uh-huh.
I'm just saying.
Hold that thought, because I forgot. I thought you said green tea, but I guess
No,
you
that was
said
for
what
him,
Daryl
not
was
for me.
drinking. Right, my apologies.
I'm sipping limeade that I made with gluten-free sugar.
With gluten-free.
Pure sugar cane for Daryl, so he doesn't get on me about my sugar intake. Yeah.
Right, we gotta keep it jiggy. And honest. And I got water, and then I got the balance of my to-go cup from a restaurant. They gave me a to-go cup of my little. I don't even remember what it was. I think it has rum in there. I'm not sure.
It looked like it.
Well, you see, it's not all the way full.
It means you started already.
I actually had two. I had a tall one and this one. I'm like, okay, y'all, I can live this life of pandemic taking juices out of the building.
Down south we got drive-throughs, margaritas and daiquiris while you're driving. All the way live.
Wow.
All the way live. So what was the current event you was about to rock out with, Daryl?
Like I briefly saw something with T.I. and Tiny.
Oh yeah, that hell of a mess.
It looked like he was out there. Well, they both were out there. Bill Cosby and John. It looked like. So it looked like there was Bill Cosby and John.
So basically,
yeah, they got human trafficking shenanigans.
Well, yeah, kind of, yeah. And they was, I guess, the allegation they was doing stuff as a couple.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
Yeah, because I read something like she was more of the ringleader, from my understanding, from what I read.
She said salad
and water.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's
Daryl
go, Tanya.
said that's what's up.
That's what I'm talking about.
But you know what, Tanya, I had a salad earlier too, so I'm gonna clap to that.
And I've been drinking my water all day.
Same here.
Doc, your hair is late.
Thank you.
What's up, Del Rico? You not coming in the studio?
Looking fresh.
Thank you.
Tenderoni.
Y'all, we know, girls, how you gotta lay it down. You gotta put the scarf on and tie it real tight and lay it
down. She said that's tight.
Yes.
That is tight. Yeah, so the T.I. situation is special.
I did not hear about it.
Yeah, I briefly heard about it. I read a little article. I haven't confirmed anything, so I don't know how much is, how legit it is or whatever the case may surviving T.I. Listen.
Well, it may not look good because they had another season coming out, but it's about to drop on VH1 of their reality show with T.I. Tiny, like in Friends. It's like with Monica and Toya and
what's up, Jaja?
Toya and LaToya. Like it, yeah.
Wait. So I was saying, you see nobody else? Like, what do you think? I'm confused. I'm confused. So,
she needs to see your knock. She needs to see your knock.
She ain't gonna get to see the knock. Hey, correct. Do your little thing. Correct it.
Ain't nobody seeing no knock. I thought he was on a sabbatical.
Who, T.I. was on sabbatical?
No, this one right here.
Who? Right. But I think he said that in the green room. He ain't tell that to people.
Okay.
Right. He looking like you messing up the room.
Maybe I misunderstood. My bad.
Good. Hey, we didn't ask you what you was doing. We said redo the comment you made to say hello to everybody.
Oh, you said hello, ladies. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
ladies and gentlemen.
Just rude.
I get it.
Any other recent events? I know it was one that I wanted to post about, but not necessarily in relationship flow, about the football player and how the NFL covered it up, and the black woman's face looked like somebody else's face at this point.
I didn't see that.
Not only the NFL, but the news is not really reporting it. You know, it's definitely out. They're not reporting it. They're I seen comments and things saying, "Well, let's wait and see if he's convicted and
really?
Things of that nature." When he's I think he's like 3'10", 6'8".
And a whole foot taller than her.
Yeah, she was a baby 145 at best.
Is this somebody a random woman or somebody who's dating? Or it doesn't matter, but I'm just wondering.
A colonizer that beat up a sister.
And he said, if this is true, from what I read on multiple different sources, he said something like, "Oh, she made it. She didn't die." Like he said it that nonchalantly, as a matter of fact, like she's still alive. Like it was crazy.
But
Tanya, I got a problem with the fact that they saying that he may be diagnosed with bipolar, because now you're gonna use the jacket of mental health when it suits a colonizer, but when it was Ray Rice, you ain't say nothing about his instability and possible injuries or anything like that.
I'm gonna take it a step further. He's not tripping out during football games, right? He's in a violent game where he's tackling people and he's not losing control in the middle of a game, but he's going to just all of a sudden lose control because a woman or whatever happened to them make them get that way.
In 6 months, though?
I mean, I don't know if there's a time limit that makes that okay. I don't care how long he did it.
It's never okay.
Yeah, and they're not treating it how they treat other athletes who have done things like this. Michael Vick got more prosecuted in the public eye
for dogs,
and he didn't even fight the dog. They were just doing it on his land. So for them to not publicize this and make it as big as it is, and he's a white man, and this is a black woman. It looks to me
just like that little rapist on the Steelers team. They just keep making him pay a fine, and then he keep raping people continue to come on out there. So it's the juice in the mental health. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And like I said, and I can't go with the juice in mental health, like I said, because he plays football and he's not tripping on the football team. He can hold it together for practice and for games.
Everything else.
He can't hold it together outside of that. It just doesn't make sense, It's just him being him. He did what he did. He needs to be held accountable for it. That's it.
Well, he's no longer a part of the NFL. Of course, they got rid of that name blemishing their brand. They was like, "Oh no, you got to go."
But they did it quietly, right?
It wasn't 7 days quietly.
I don't even know what you guys are talking about. I have not heard about.
Absolutely, it was no public.
No, it wasn't. That's what I'm saying.
He didn't get his public trial like most people do. Mm-hmm. They cleaned everything up, swept it under the rug before it really got out.
The
and that's to me is sickening.
The only thing the NFL has posted, like I've heard, like recently, that one of the NFL players had a life incident happen in his family, and the team lost to the Dolphins, and he called his team sorry. That was the biggest thing to that. He said his teammates are sorry. and didn't play the game. But he was, of course, a black male NFL player. But they was reporting that's not good sportsmanship, and he shouldn't have said that. But I think it's something traumatic happened in his family right before he went out on the field. But that's news. But this is not.
But then a week before, it was one of our brothers on the NFL team, I guess for weed or something like that. And he got cut from the team as well, but for weed.
Oh, really? I didn't hear about that.
So it's like they pick and choose what it is that they want to do, which is so not fair and so not. I mean, it's just consistent in our community, no matter where it is that you look. Just like them placing here in Philadelphia, the consortium of black doctors didn't get the grant, but the other people got the grant, and she's serving most of the melanated community. So it's just disparity after disparity, and they wonder why we still
Yes. Don't talk about equal. Don't talk about equal. They hired us equal, but you see time and time
equal
again,
is not fair.
It's not. It's nowhere close to. It's very one-sided.
Nope.
Yeah. So we got riled up with the community events.
I've been engrossed in the stock market stuff.
Have y'all seen about GameStop and all that good stuff?
Yeah.
Nobody would ever think that GameStop will be the winning stock market.
Well, the stock was overvalued, but it was certain like day traders and certain traders who was saying things like, "Oh, it's worth this, it's worth that." But I know some people made out with a lot of money.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did, and they're trying to do it again.
Well, yeah, and Bitcoin went up Bitcoin was at 40. It's past $40, like 40.
35,000. It was 35,000 when I last looked at it.
Yeah, but it dipped to 33, and now it's creeping back up to 35. But Tesla dude, Musk, whatever his name is, he said he's going to move some of his balance sheet over to Bitcoin. So that's going to raise it up some even more. People,
listen, Bitcoin, they're setting it up to go, that one world currency. Listen, it's coming. It's coming.
Yeah. So that's what I've been engrossed in. I didn't hear any of these other stories.
Oh, I'm not getting no vaccine. I can't. I'm allergic to everything up in it. So no.
Same here. I'm allergic to every content that's in it.
Well, since I'm a doctor, I'm watching this, and I'm gonna see how many people turn into zombies first.
I can't.
And then I'll go. We have all these people testing it out for us. So no, I mean, how could you get something that you don't know the effects of? 6 months out, a year out. You don't know exactly what's in it. You don't know how many times you have to take it. It's so many questions for you to rush and take something. That's just silly to me.
Well, I don't like.
What if we go one of the conspiracy theories, and it's just a strain of the flu, so the flu shot is already a part of the vaccine?
Yeah, but I don't like
conspiracy theory. I don't know if it's real or not.
I don't know how you have to take 2 shots. But if it only protects you for 6 months, you got to take another 2 doses. So why do I got to keep taking it? They said if you take the COVID-19 vaccine, if you take it, you still have to wear a mask. You still have to do all this other stuff. So I'll take it.
Yes, absolutely.
And then look at what Del Rico said.
I didn't know that.
Hank Aaron is also like 100 years old. So it could have been many causes for him to die, but he did take it, and that was something that.
Well, they say he died of natural causes, but you never know.
But he the first person out of this whole 12 months that they gonna say somebody died of natural causes.
Well, because he came out and said, "Yo, I took it. We should all take it." He kind of was he's like, I'm a leader or something. You guys should take it. They try to do it to get the
black
melanated. The melanated vote, so you guys can go do it.
And then
they did roll it out in like the older adult communities and older adult residences, and people over 100 years old is getting it done.
Yeah.
I get it.
And being okay.
But if they make
how many people?
At least as far as we know.
A lot of people are getting rashes. And they don't know what it is.
I don't know if even a lot of people. So they said about 22% of the people who are active this time have taken it. A lot of people are opting out, especially in the A1 category, like the police, the healthcare workers, things like that. A lot of people are opting out. So this is the reason I do believe they're going to try to mandate it, because most people are saying, we'll wait, because we just don't know.
Right. I didn't know that John Chaney
Yeah, I
transitioned
didn't
to that.
know.
I saw that earlier today.
Yeah, I didn't know that
Hey,
either.
what channel you looking at, Doc?
Yeah, I didn't know that.
She watches channels we don't watch. She knows everything
Right.
we don't know.
I'm telling you, because I don't know your news. You
Yeah,
don't know my
exactly. It's crazy.
Yeah, I did see that earlier.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I definitely didn't see that.
that's Cecily Tyson.
I mean, but if they make the shot mandatory for work, I'm gonna just stay home.
Yeah, people
Well,
who don't
again,
have that option though gonna have to get it.
Yeah, well,
They're gonna
I'm
have to
allergic to
there
like
has to be-
everything in it.
I
Well,
know.
I was gonna say there
I'm
has
never
to be
gonna have
some stipulations to not have, like, I don't know if it could be religious. I don't know if it could be allergic. I don't know if it could be depending what's on it. I mean, there got to be some way that they can't force everybody to take it, right? There has to be a
Right.
way out of it. There has to, you know,
Mhm.
because I'm whatever that is, I got to find it because I'm that, you know, because there's something about turning into a zombie that I'm cool. Like, I
But
don't,
if it's legal, a lot of jobs are going to say if you don't take it, you can't work here.
Oh well. Let me start growing my garden. So I
I
can be
don't know.
self-sufficient.
Again, I don't even that. I got to be grandfathered in. Or something I got to do. Something that I can do. I just have to wear a mask. Like, I can't. You know, because again, if they get enough people say no, then what are they going to do?
Right.
You know, so it does pose a problem, and hopefully enough people. What it looks like now, a lot of people are saying no.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people just like, we're not cool with this. This is, we don't know because there's too many unknowns. We don't know if we have to get it twice. Like, we just know how many times we need to get it, and you still, it doesn't even really stop you from getting it. It just kind of makes you asymptomatic if you get it. So I'm confused, you know, why I'm getting something that
you still don't have immunity to it.
Yeah, so
because I didn't know that you had to do it twice until you just said it, like twice.
You
Well,
have to do it twice and then go back later.
I think
that's what I meant, like the two sequence and then go back.
Is that for both different ones? Cause I know one is one shot, I thought.
Well, no, you have to do one shot, then wait like 2 or 3 weeks in between to do the next shot. That's the first sequence, but you still have to.
Sorry. Is that for both type? The one is
no. Johnson & Johnson has one where you only get one shot.
But Johnson & Johnson stuff is not coming out till September.
No,
but Johnson & Johnson tried to kill us with the baby powder already.
Everybody tried to kill us. But no, isn't there 2 different forms of the shot right now? Like, I think it's a Pfizer and a something else.
Yeah, Moderna, but they still got to get 2 shots.
Both of them, you have to get 2 shots.
2 shots. But then they say after 6 months, you don't really have full immunity. You still have to go back and get another set of 2 shots.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
So what's the purpose? Like,
okay, so then even what's the purpose when somebody that has not been out the country or in contact with anybody from the UK now has the strain from the UK?
Well, that was it was in 2 states.
Oh, but don't forget it. It's an African strain. It's here in Pennsylvania too.
If the United States had done something when it was only in 2 states, it would not have traveled. And I know, and I know that people are going to say something about this, but we so busy talking about, my freedom. You can't stop my freedom.
Look at China. They ain't going through that now.
Exactly.
Well, China locked people up in the houses with locks. But
they told us that we was having cousin Rona parties.
Well, think about it. You got to remember, America. We're the medical
entitled.
field. Medicine dominates the economy here. So they kind of needed the spread to get this medicine out. There's more money going around, right? Yeah. And then the second thing is, the African strain, they say that the vaccine does nothing for the African strain at all. Nothing for it.
Well, here's the thing. The reason why they needed to spread, Daryl is right, but the same medicine that costs $500 over here is $5 overseas. Diabetic medication, the same stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's all. Again, they're trying to, they get the money off of it. That's why, again, we don't know how much we really know. We only we're only told.
But I mean, my point is that it would have been easy to stop.
Right in the beginning. Hey, Sharon, welcome to the Sip and Chat. We didn't got into the community event. Thank you for joining us.
Listen, when when we have these people out here that, like I said, is more worried about their freedom to not wear a mask, fighting to wear a mask, than worry about dying. And this is where we're at. This is where we're at. You know,
right?
I shouldn't have to wear a mask because there's no reason. Just wear the mask. Shut up. You know. let's be honest. Shut up. Wear the mask. It's not even that serious. Are we really arguing about a mask? It's not like, come on, man. Like, it don't make sense. But that's where we're at, and that's why
I encountered a melanated man who thought he was going to keep walking up on me in a line without a mask on.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Well, I was going to say, did you give him the karate kick?
You had the hair out. The problem is you had the hair out. He's like, hey, chocolate.
My only issue with a mask, even though you 6 months apart, you be smelling people and you be like, "Oh, I should have had a double mask."
I'm not going to argue with you about my health. Just step back.
If you smelling something in the mask, that's usually your breath.
It ain't my breath.
I'm just saying, what's in the mask is usually not stuff outside the mask. So
no, I'm talking about you still have to deal. So I have airborne allergies. So what I'm saying, I still smell stuff. You don't
like the sensitivity.
Yeah, I have airborne allergies. So if I'm smelling, I know the difference. If it's body odor, it's not mine. But I'm just saying, even if people are 6 feet away from you, like in the grocery store, you're 6 feet, but people passing, it's
right.
Too much.
All that air transition.
Yeah, it's still too much. What I'm saying is, even with a double mask, I tried the double mask. I'm like, this ain't working. I don't know.
I know I went and got the breathing cup, or I had it come to me through
our
lovely friends at Amazon. You know, they'll deliver anything to you.
What's the breathing cup?
The breathing cup is like you put it under your mask so that way you have more space to breathe, and it like just keeps it positioned where it's in the right space. And then it also stops if you're breaking out from wearing the mask. Like it takes the mask off your face from laying flat.
Mm-hmm. You know, I just went and bought a mask from Under Armour, and it's my cousin told me about it. That's a doctor. It's real dope.
Okay.
It's kind of roomy. It's cloth, so you can wash and things like that.
So we friends with Under Armour now?
I don't know what Under Armour do. I know.
Oh, we really going into the public events.
Yeah,
what Under Armour do?
What Under Armour do?
When they stop being our cousin, what they do?
Well, this was last year. Maybe
there was so many things happening.
There was so many things happening. It probably was before the pandemic that they had some doings with 45, and they were kind of on the list of leave them alone,
like Home Depot.
Yeah,
but we don't leave the people alone. We still.
I mean, I don't know. Well, they got a good mask, so.
Listen, Jaja, you know we gotta keep that 1854 rolling hard from over here, but you know sometimes life is hard. You gotta talk about these issues. We in the living room together with you all, and it's a relationship to what is happening in this world. Like, jeez. And it could block your intimacy if you stuck thinking about all of this shenanigans. You ain't got time to be talking about do I love me or do I love somebody else?
For real. And with all the emotional stuff that goes along with these topics, it can definitely get in the way of all types of intimacy. Right. You know, you're so in your head that you can't even connect with somebody else.
You might say somebody like, I'm thinking how LaJoya and I are saying we're allergic to like just the general air that you in. And you might be like, you was outside with them people. You need to go take a shower, take your shoes off, take everything off at the door, and then I could talk to you because you bring in that outside, not only energy, but germs.
I've invested in hand sanitizer that spray, like mist.
I have that in the car. Yeah.
And even then, you know, after the person does all of that, you still might have so much anxiety around it.
Yeah, because right now there's more about saying hello than anything else.
But do you want to say hello? Hell no.
That's what I mean. Like, you know, just saying. I mean, to the maybe the person that you're talking about coming over, getting their clothes off and the germs. They don't stop there because they gotta say hello to you. You know, they say
hello as they walk into the shower.
how was there? That's not going to stop. How was your day? Now you got it because they talked and it was in. Hello.
Send me a text from the shower.
You know, but like you said, that's how it gets. Now you start getting paranoid. Like, dang, can I really be around her? Is she, where was she today? Did she take her mask off?
And you got to be careful with that too, because I've heard some, in communication between couples where the person say, "Oh, they're paranoid about this, paranoid about that." That starts to cause some animosity.
Mm-hmm.
When the other person that's paranoid is thinking, "No, I have anxiety," or I'm just trying to preserve my health or your health.
Mm-hmm. So that we can still be together.
Yeah, right. Now you're talking about I'm paranoid.
The only thing that's not fair for being paranoid is a trench coat.
What do you mean by that? See, that sounds like a hand.
When I say a trench coat, I mean somebody showing up at the door with a trench coat.
So what, they got less to clean off? Is that what you mean?
Well, they better have a trench coat and a mask on then.
Okay, yeah, trench coat.
It's a little cold outside.
I mean,
and the cold, I would have to come and warm up before I open the coat first.
Okay. See what you're on.
It's cold out here. I can't open it up out here. I can't do it. It's not gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen. Let me sit down for a little while.
It means you won't have your special knock going on.
I can't knock now. I gotta wait till I warm up. No knock.
So, go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say animosity grows, especially when you're in tight quarters or tight spaces with people.
Oh, absolutely.
You feel like, damn, I look up as you. I turn as you. Mm-hmm. I've been down to pick up something as you.
And then you got the kids on top of that and they don't stop. So they're going nonstop.
Kids are fine. They don't stop, but I get you.
And then it's you all the time. There's no space for me. And now we just arguing.
Mm-hmm.
It becomes a problem because you don't have that space, and that's what we see a lot where families who have smaller homes are really having a lot of issues because you can't get away. And there's only one person hiding the bathroom at a time.
Okay, bye partition.
So
and it's too cold to go for a walk around the block.
Yeah, especially this weekend with the snow coming in the PA area.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely.
So it's definitely you don't have those escapes because it's really not a lot open. You can't I'm going to so and so house to hang out for a little bit.
Can't sound like lyrics to a song.
I'm not talking to her. We're not saying there are comments.
We're not saying that.
Next one be made into a song.
She didn't say hi yet. She still didn't say hello. She said, "Ladies, we're not talking to her."
We are talking to her.
No, you maybe, but we're not. Okay?
Don't pick the other ladies against me. That's not how we do.
You stepped away from us. It was an us thing, and you made it about you.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a me thing. It is an us thing. Just don't be in your feelings.
So we're not talking to her then until she says hello to everyone.
Until she say hello, ladies and gentlemen.
Together. Yes, stick together.
I see you're gonna have to write, "Hey, ladies and gentlemen," or I don't want you to lead a conversation, but I'm told we gotta ignore all your comments, so we gotta stand in unison.
This is what us. This is wrong with us. We gotta stick together.
But there are ways to to combat what we're talking about, like especially when you're in small spaces. If both of you have other things outside of each other,
right,
then you still have that intimacy. You could be in the same room but doing two different things.
Right, but you're sharing time in the same room.
Sharing time in the same room.
Yes, but that can be oversaturation.
I can't. You too loud doing what you're doing over there. Stop turning.
Yeah, right. I can't concentrate.
Tell them,
Daryl.
Turn that page one more time like that. See what happens. Like it's still, what I mean. I was talking to somebody today. They were saying how they're just finding reasons to argue with their sister who they live with. They're like, I don't know why I'm doing it, but I just find reasons. Like, is this crumbs on the floor? Whose fault is this? And it said we just gotta get out the house. We're getting stir crazy by being around each other so much. Mm-hmm. And I totally get it. I definitely get it with these tight quarters.
Yeah, I get that.
I mean, it's going on almost a couple months of a year right now that we've been kind of living this way. It's tough,
right?
I mean, it's really tough. and it doesn't seem like there's any hope of anything changing anytime soon, which is also, it gets in the way, because you're like, man, this is not going to change. This is what it's going to be. Like, I can't. How long can I do this for? Even for me, like right
as
now,
long as
like,
it takes.
well, okay, right. But even now, for me, it's like, I'm working out for the summer body, but who will get to see it? Because everything will be closed.
You just gonna have to be on live every day, like doing your poses, and like
listen. OnlyFans is coming. I'm letting y'all know.
you're gonna make a fan page.
OnlyFans page is coming.
You could develop a fan page.
Yeah, it's gonna be coming this live and direct this summer. Summer body, we'll call it. This is crazy.
So I think one of the things people have to do now, though, is make peace with the new norm.
Right.
I think the problem kind of with it is that you think that, things are going to change, like the horizon, like, okay, they're talking about this vaccine, this is going to change everything. Mm-hmm. So that kind of gives you renewed hope that things are going to go back to normal, and then you're let down again in a couple of months, and you're still in the same place. So because even
still at the same four walls.
Yeah. So for me, it seems like we're going to get out of it soon. Things are going. No, it's not. But I'm kind of cool. I'm cool with the way, like, kind of half the stuff is. I didn't really do much before. Like, I'm good. Like,
For people who didn't do a lot before, like, it's all right. But for people who are really, Del Rico talking about you.
I was thinking overdose.
You gotta make sure you cleanse it out. Del Rico cleansing everything out, man.
Overdose on you.
What you singing?
I was kept thinking Overdose by Jamie Foxx. He's overdosing that green tea. 2 gallons?
Well, you're supposed to drink a gallon a day. I mean,
no, there's nothing wrong with it. I'm just saying what I thought about.
Oh, okay.
And I saw it. That's all.
Okay.
I was being nice, and you got to clear my throat.
See, April not here, so it's me and Camp.
Oh, it's not gonna be me and you.
It's already.
No, but it's not gonna go to that level.
What level is that?
You know what?
What camp you started? He had to change his shirt already.
Yeah, because he was trying to. He got locks, and then he trying to wear the same color. No, that wasn't gonna happen.
Oh my gosh!
See, a blocker. That's what happened. You get. Yeah. I try to be, man. I'm trying to be. I don't know. Trying to be healthy.
So it's conflict over what you're doing.
Hey, Del Rico.
What was that? What you eating? What you eating over there?
Okay, I don't do snacks, but my son gave me some hot fries. Thought I'd try them. Chester, the man, I don't know, Andy's hot fries. Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
That's a throwback for sure.
A throwback to '92.
Yes, I don't even know what year it is, but I know it's a throwback.
You understand? I just know Friday, because I have something to look forward to. Other days is be a day. Friday's the only day I'm like, I can't wait. I get to talk.
You get to talk to people, right?
Yes. You look forward to this.
So, like, we wanted to talk about prevention or ways that people can, survive some of these intimacy blockers, because we've kind of listed a lot, surviving them and healing from it.
Hey, Del Rico.
Look at April.
Hey, April.
April, listen, we need
April.
you. We needed you. We just had an argument. I don't even know if you heard it.
Daryl is attacking. Daryl because you're not here, April.
We talked her up. See, as soon as we talked her up, she done signed on.
She's like, let me dip on in there. Hey, Miss Queen, Mama Joe. Wait, Del Rico making sure he do his greeting right.
Oh, hey, thank you.
Hey,
thank you.
Look at that. That's what I'm talking about.
Yes.
So Icy Lee, like, I'm just gonna roll with the flow. I'm not gonna say nothing.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, so we talked about the current events and stuff like that, because even those could be intimacy blockers if you become so passionate in your advocacy for, like, any of those events that we talked about. Because we went from Bitcoin to domestic violence to the NFL to human trafficking to what else we talk about?
Stock market,
Bitcoin.
Mm-hmm.
You see what April said to you, Daryl? And she put your whole government out there too.
I tell you,
She gotta send you the love.
That's how
but like
do
all of those different things, because we do consume media and we consume the news. If it's in your living room, it's also in your relationship, because then it's like, okay, how can you navigate peace? How can you, separate from the energy that just following the news, like what T.I. and Tiny is doing, what? Like, I watch their show. I mean, I don't, but like people, like they're connected and they watch their show and they're like, okay, wait, what are they doing? They may even in a microwave moment saying, I'm not going to watch them no more, but they're going to get drawn back into it, which means that you're indirectly supporting whatever shenanigans they out here doing with trafficking people.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know with this cancel culture. I don't know. They do cancel people.
Yeah, they do.
If it's really found to be what I'm saying, kind of creditable, they will move away from you. You know what I mean? We've seen that with R finally.
Have people canceled out R?
I still see some posts where people are still supportive.
They cancel him out in public, but not in private.
Well, I think
because they like his music.
Well, and I think I was about to say, I think for the majority, like we always would have some people that may still rock with people, people that don't believe. But I think I don't see him in his, he's not in regular spin anymore. He's not regular play. You don't see him like he used to be. His music's not played like it used to be, So it did take a hit on his, his stardom.
Mm-hmm.
Because people not want to.
I know at one point people were trying to separate his musical geniusness from his sexual shenanigans, but his music was talking about his sexual shenanigans.
Yes.
So, and that's kind of weird, and it's still kind of tough. I mean, his music, he's a genius, but I mean, he has this taste for younger people, which is the sick part. But he's still a musical genius, sometimes I don't know. I don't know if I haven't listened to it, but it's kind of tough to say. I'm just not going to. That's like me saying I'm not going to watch the Cosby Show anymore because Bill got caught doing such and such. Cosby Show was a great show,
It was.
It was a great show, and I'm not going to stop watching the Cosby Show because he may have done some things, outside in his regular life that maybe weren't the best. But the Cosby Show to me was a great show. It had a great message.
So you don't think that if you support the person's art, you're supporting the person?
So, I mean, we support America, don't we?
Do we have a choice?
Well, when I think about it,
we have a choice.
We can move to our desired location because I'm ready to pack up and go.
I'm just saying we always have a choice, right? So we do still support things that we or partake in certain things. So I don't necessarily think that. And again, I think it's maybe case by case basis. I don't know, but I know that I would watch the Cosby Show. I would show my daughter the Cosby Show. To me that was a dope show with a family that did good. It was a really good show. I don't know if I would say I'm a cancel out because he did something in his real life that was really contrary to what he was showing on that show. So I don't know. I don't think always can we just cancel out the art due to what they've done, right? I just don't think so.
But I also, just talking about that, I just think about what some of these celebrities have done. Regular, everyday people in our families do. And we don't cancel them out. We still invite them more so back into our homes, our space, our minds. Many of us do. Not y'all, I'm just saying many of us in real life. Invite them back.
What do you do? Oh, he can't come around here no more.
I'm just saying. Not everybody knows.
No, it can't. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Because the uncle,
that's true.
Like, just don't go near Uncle Pete no more. Don't be by some Uncle
Pete.
Right.
Yeah.
Just make sure.
Or somebody that's posted to make sure Uncle Pete don't lure somebody into a back room for him to give them those special candies and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. That's gonna lead to something else. So it's like somebody's on post to protect. Hopefully. Yeah, I don't know.
And April, you're totally. I'm not saying anybody's wrong. I mean, it's tough for me because his music really didn't do it unless the songs, maybe if he's talking about it, then like Doc said, then that would be a problem. I wouldn't want to hear a song. But then again,
but his song had innuendos though. All of his songs had innuendos.
But Keith Sweat said, "I know you're young, but you're ready." Like, I mean, are we not listening to that song no more either? Like, I don't know.
I mean, if we're gonna go back, here I go starting stuff.
Well, I do have a conflict. One of my favorite songs, by Next, Too Close. I mean, I've been rocking with that song forever. But when you listen to the words, I'm like, dang. But when I hear that song, like,
what's wrong with the words? I don't know if I really listened to it. What's in it that's
I'm so excited. It talks about being excited. But she's like, I know how you like it. But he's like, even though they're dancing, he was like, I'm trying to basically say it. I'm trying to poking through my pants, and this is what I want to do to you. And she's like, oh, hold up. But just listen to it talks about that.
Wait, see, because I remember that song.
At the club.
Yeah,
that was song.
Two-stepping at the bar.
I'm gonna listen to the words.
Go back and listen. Look closer.
The words to see if it was bad. I thought it was a good song. I remember me and one of my exes got back together on that song. I was like,
oh my gosh.
I do like you still. Like,
at least in that moment.
I cringe when it come on because I'd be like, dang, I really like this song, but I can't. Yeah.
So the maturity make it different.
Well, a lot of times, like, for me, I don't even listen to the songs, right? I might hear the hook and the beat. Like, so I don't know what the words are. Like, she just brought the words. I'm like, I know the hook. I really don't even know the words, So that's how a lot of times I think we might be listening to a song that we don't even know what it is, and we're dancing along to it. And when you really listen to it, you'll kind of be like, wow, what are they talking about? It's kind of crazy. So I'm gonna check that song out to see. I gotta see. I don't know. I thought it was a good song.
It is, but then when you listen to it, talks about how the chick she looks nice, she real cute, but it's making it hard for him to contain himself. Like this is what he really want to do. Yeah, but it's a little different. You gotta just listen to the words.
Yeah, I gotta see because I mean.
So is it the same? Is it the same as? Wait a minute. You know, YouTube always got to make you skip something.
But you can even go back to was it Belle Biv DeVoe? I think when they had a song about doing girls after the concerts that were underage. I mean,
yeah, I don't remember that.
They had a couple of songs about like you just listen to the words.
Backstage, underage.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right.
She was like,
so what about this song?
I like to do
but weren't they young too?
Man, this is rock.
But I'm saying that's the same type of song that's saying stuff that we don't like. And people buying that.
Who don't like it? I want to date.
Yeah, I like that. I like that song.
Now y'all like that song, but she talking about there's some hoes in the house.
Well, I mean, I don't know that part. I don't know about that. But
women define themselves the way they want.
So is that a blocking the way that they see themselves in their relationship?
It can be, especially if he start calling you a hoe and you don't like it.
But if you role playing, you like, okay, well, when I'm role playing, I can be your hoe.
Okay, that's different though.
And I'm gonna take and hit that little dangly thing in the back of your throat. Like I'm okay with that. Like, come on. They giving out instructions. We need to learn. You understand? I got the Mack truck. I'm parking this little garage. Like, come on.
Well, I hope the garage ain't little. I'm just saying. Some people can't handle little cars and little garages.
But that's when communication becomes paramount.
Exactly.
If we role playing and you say certain things, it's okay. But if we just sitting down chilling and you say be hoe, that's not gonna fly. You gotta let people know, like, what's appropriate with you.
Right.
Or there can be some blockages.
Yeah.
Right. You got the wrong
phone talking to your boys talking about I'm here with this hoe. Like, I don't know if that's gonna help promote intimacy.
No, they may not fly, but it might turn them on. I don't know.
Or some people that's normal to them. Like it would be weird to me, but remember, you're contingent upon your lexicon, and that may be how you talk. That may be your regular.
Now you're using big words, lexicon.
What I say?
You're using big words. Everybody don't know what a lexicon is.
I was telling it.
So you don't want this word. You don't want that song.
You can turn that off.
Yes, come on.
You can turn that off.
Daryl going with it.
Now, as long as you didn't take me back to 12 play, I was 8 years old. All I remember was Honey Love. 8 years old.
Some people want to confess tonight. Ain't nothing wrong. What's wrong with that song? Ain't nothing wrong. Unless she's underage, then there's something wrong. That's
but
wrong.
We don't know that
because we know that's what he meant.
Did he?
We know that's what he meant.
I didn't know at the time he meant
so
that.
So this the one you said you wanted?
Yes.
He already telling you to do stuff that's inappropriate. That's gonna make me unattracted.
And then you think about 12 play. I'm just saying.
Daryl is in his zone. Okay.
Yes, he is. He brought out the chapstick.
Listen. That's mood music right there. You feel me?
But can you find some other mood music that's not gonna make me just
Gerald Levert? That's my birthday.
So does Gerald Levert not disrespect somebody and them in their mind trying to be present in a relationship and they're, you know what I mean? Like you don't have nothing else to think about when it comes to Gerald Levert. Like is his slate clean?
So the only when I think about over his life,
question?
I see it.
The one thing Preston he had, it was some things about when he was with Mickey Howard.
I like Mickey Howard.
I know, I love her too. But as far as his behavior, the relationship got very volatile. That's the only, you know.
But then
can we answer the question?
With Mickey Howard songs, was her self-esteem promoting women in a desirable way? Like she always seemed like she was the side joint. Today's Your Anniversary. Is that her? Or I Hear You Getting Married. It's some song she did that it was like she was the side joint. And I've been in Philly too long that I didn't say side joint.
Well, again, I see, and I mean, if you're aspiring to be a side joint, then that's cool. Like
be a side joint.
You got to meet people where they at. Like if that's where they cool with, then I can't tell you wrong if that's you cool with that, right? That's maybe what you want at that time. As long as you're happy and this is what you want to do, then okay. I'm not going to say you're wrong for doing that if that's where you want to be at that time. I don't know. I'm not in that space, you know. But I'm not going to be like, girl, what's wrong with you? I can say, no, it's not really. Maybe you might want to be number one, but they might want to be the side joint. No.
Sometimes I guess people think it's convenient being a side joint until they realize they can't get valuable intimacy and connection in a relationship for a long term with that same person.
But sometimes people don't know they're the side joint, but they getting treated like number one, and then when they find out, they be like, if I get treated like number one, I'm the side joint. Why would I leave? Like this ain't. It depends.
Well, I don't. Could a side joint being treated like number one, like one time a week? Like I don't know how much time are you giving to this side joint?
Sometimes as a side joint, you get more than one time a week, and you don't even realize that you really the side joint. And you can have a key and not know that you the side joint until you show up unexpected, and it's a situation going down. You be like, oh, you gave me a key, and you still. Okay.
I know people who stay side joint 3 or 4 times a week, like regular.
I don't know if that's a side joint. Like, see, that's really like a main. Like, I think people confuse the water.
The maintenance person.
Right? No, I mean, no. It's like more like it's almost like your main joint. Like you seen a joint on a regular basis, she ain't really the side joint.
Well, she a side joint if you got a live-in wife or a live-in girlfriend already.
No,
not necessarily.
True.
Not necessarily, because your wife or the living could be the side joint.
That's true too. I've seen it both ways.
Like I said, if you really banging with the joint on a regular basis, you got 2 main joints. You feel me? Like you got
a lot of money.
Well,
not even necessarily.
Not even that, because it might be time. See, time is worth more than money. Me coming over, sitting with you watching TV and rubbing your feet and doing all that, that's worth more than money. You feel me? So if you're getting that like 3-4 times a week, and then the rest, I'm a truck driver, so I'm gone 3 times a week. You good? You really a main joint, and your man just away doing his job. You feel me? So I think, you know, for me, what I would think with side joint is more of somebody I'm just sliding through, you know, maybe once or twice and knocking it out. We ain't doing no eating. Like side joints, you shouldn't be eating Y'all really shouldn't even be talking. Like, I come through, you know what time it is, right?
Well,
So,
nowadays, people side joints, they be sitting down to dinner and taking them out. I don't know.
Having
side
spontaneous
joint.
So
lunches
wait a
in the
minute.
middle of the
That's
day.
not-
So we never
not a
answered
side joint.
Jaja's first question.
We really didn't.
Well, I'd say that's not a side joint to me. You feel me? If you taking them all out and stuff, that ain't a side joint. Like you giving her main joint responsibilities by
You
doing
giving
that.
her major play, so that's not a side joint to you. That's what you're
You
saying.
got another main joint. You working
Yeah,
too many
two
jobs.
main
That's what it
joints.
is. And like that, and if I'm taking everybody out, do I got enough money for all this? A lot of money spending. You
You
got to
just
take the
said
main
time was
joint.
money.
No, I said if you're taking everybody out, if you're taking everybody to eat and you doing it, then you are spending a lot of money. That's how many meals you eat in a week. You eating out every day because you got 3 with this one, 2 with this one. I'm like, I don't think that's a side joint. I think that's another main joint to me.
So what if you doing all of this side joining with different statuses, and you are allegedly separated, but you still married, but you separated in your own space? Then what kind of joint is that?
What you mean separated in your own space?
You mean
So
like
you
you're not
separated,
legally
you
separated,
still
but you live
legally
separate
married,
places on paper, married on paper, but live two
married,
separate places.
right? And you
Your own
still
place.
responsible to the house and whatever responsibilities you still do to the house, but you got this other location that you live at, and you got side joints all over the place.
Well, they
Well,
not side joints.
they not.
If you single, I mean, if you separated and you're dating other people, it's not a side joint.
they're called prospects. You
Yes,
feel me? They're prospects.
basically yes. I
You
agree
know what
with
I mean?
that.
Mhm. So that means I wouldn't be dating you. Like you got prospects, but you still got responsibility over there at the other house. I mean, I don't know about that.
Well, you still got
Right. Or you may not communicate that you got these other prospects at the other house. And you might not even mention that relationship at all because you're so allegedly available to these prospects that they don't have a reason to question if there's another relationship outside of them.
Yes.
Gotcha. Maybe I'm too honest.
No, and even if you're taking care of the house, you can tell my doing. Well, I got to still take care of my wife and kids. You know, I got to still take care of them, but I got my own spot.
Yes.
So visually,
that makes a big difference.
Yeah, what I see visually is if I can come to your house, then that's something different. That's way over there.
Different.
You feel me? That's outside. That's not in the house. So
I get it.
if you break up with your wife, you still got to take care of stuff over there for certain reasons, right? You can't just say I broke up with you now.
Yeah, but you might be taking care of the car in the garage too.
Okay.
Well, I mean, that's kind of expected. I've been with you for 20 years. You think I'm not going to go over there and get that still? Like, that might be...
Right, that's not realistic.
So that's the surviving an intimacy blocker is that your car just go all over the place?
Well, it's intimacy block. How can you really connect with one person if it's everywhere, right? Kind of tough. So, but again, I think if you're doing that, you may not be even looking for to build a real relationship. If your car parking everywhere,
and you're not. Most of the time, you're not. If you've been married 15, 20, 30 years, and now you single and you got your own spot, no, you're not trying to do that again. For a lot of people, I won't say everybody, but a lot of people.
They're not trying to do it again, but they fall into it again.
They fall into it because that's what they know.
Real easily, because that's what they cycle over and over.
Sometimes.
Some people, because
and then sometimes they introduce swinging and like, okay, let's go swing together.
Well, yeah, but say, because them new crackers are amazing. Like these new crackers are amazing. After 15 years, whoo! I didn't know crackers were this good still. So that could lead you to be parking everywhere.
Yes, you got Ritz, you got saltines, you got some.
You also got definitely crackers.
We
got
biscuits.
Multi-grain. Yeah,
you got big garages, little garages. You got things in the back of the garage.
But then, doesn't matter if they're legally separated or just separated. It doesn't matter in this kind of type of conversation.
Separated. You feel me? Once you
the way I think about it different in PA, ain't no legal separation.
No, we're not talking about that. No, it ain't about legal or not. I'm saying that like one of the biggest things. One of the biggest things that we had for us as a community was that the man was taken out of the house, right? So him being taken out of the house led him to what? Run all around the town. So
I get it.
At the end of the day, him being out of the house is really a hall pass to do what you want. And then you have your own spot. Come on, man. If I got my own spot and I can have him come over it's going this down.
And and a lot of times that's because the woman is not saying no. You live over there, you keep your behind over there with your prospects. Don't come over here doing nothing.
Yeah.
But you calling them to come fix the sink. You calling them to come fix your car. You calling them to
tell
fix
them about the homework with the kids, allegedly.
Yes, exactly.
And then when they show up with the door,
I'm gonna be like,
got this outfit ready to role play.
Hey,
like, okay, I know what this means.
Yeah, I pay for tutor.
I came to fix the car, but it looks like it's running fine. Said, come upstairs.
I knew what was gonna get you here.
Okay, I'm going upstairs. You know, yeah, you're right. They don't say no. I mean, because they feel safe with you too. Sometimes you feel safe with the whole thing.
Yes, for sure.
Because it's what you know.
Comfortable, yeah.
Comfortable, content. Go back to the same mess. I shouldn't say mess. Let me roll it back.
Well, may not go back to
but it may not always be mess. It might just be being able to confront the conflict that you had that's unresolved, but you end up, falling into the situation in a different way.
Well, think about it. Sometimes the relationship is now kind of fixed because being around each other all the time was really the problem. Now you're coming over maybe once or twice a week. We do what we do. It's a lot more fun. We can talk. You leave, and I'm good. We're not dealing with the stress of
you actually getting what the side joint get.
Absolutely.
Right.
And kind of what you wanted from the person. Like, I want to be able to be around you, have fun.
Yes.
And you leave because, you being here more than an hour is a problem, right?
So you say that's a great solution. Okay.
I'm saying that in our minds, sometimes we trick ourselves into saying, you know what, this is cool now. Like, I love him. I've been with her 15 years. I love her. So I can still enjoy her company, but she got to go home. So now when
I heard that,
and that's usually the excitement of an affair,
right?
Yeah,
that is usually the excitement of an affair.
You don't have to deal with bills. You don't have to deal with the kids. You don't have to deal with reality, and you getting all getting all the stuff that the person at home not getting.
Yeah, it's all fun and no drama. Well, it should be. But when you start arguing, when you start arguing with the side joint, that's a problem. It should be no argument with the side joint. That's just a problem.
But when the arguments start with the side joint, is usually because something is not mutual anymore. Like they want a different contractual agreement that was not what we originally agreed to.
Yes.
And so once they want to up the contract or review it and say, okay, well, this,
you got to tell her
they're not gonna say it's over.
She didn't read the small print. Like the small print says, as soon as you do this, I'm out because I can get another side joint. Like we're not doing that. Like I can't argue at home and here because now I need another side joint for my side joint, my main joint. It gets crazy.
No, but the side joints be one of real relationships. I ain't here for that.
Well, I think eventually, like I said earlier in the comment, where eventually somebody catches feelings, right? After enough sticking and poking.
It never ends mutually. That's what I said. Doc was like, it could work.
Oh, really? Can it, Doc?
That was her contribution. That's from her client.
How long is the side joint really hung on for?
Side joints are hang on as long as you allow them to.
Man, I know side joints hang on for 20 years and thought they could get married. The next one married. Woo.
Listen. More power.
And I didn't think that question was more about side joints than about friends having a sexual relationship.
It wasn't. I just kind of pulled it back in. It was about friends having a sexual relationship, and can they still be friends afterwards?
Okay, yes, I think so.
Yeah,
still be.
You gotta know who you're dealing with.
You can have sex with a friend. You can have sex with a friend and then still be friends with them afterwards.
Yeah.
How many times are we having sex with them? Because once I start, we can't stop. And if we stop, we can't be friends anymore.
Here we go.
Because what RL said, we can't be friends if we not, you know what I mean? The P for
But a part of the problem with your main relationship is that you have lost the friendship because of being distracted by something that has interrupted the intimacy. So when you step away for this side joint, you're looking for what you have. You don't feel vulnerable enough to do the work in your main relationship.
Or you don't want to do the vulnerability. You don't want to be vulnerable. because the side joint not going to request that of you.
Absolutely.
Right.
That's the
They're
point
not
of a side
requiring
joint.
it.
I don't have to invest anything in this. This is a side joint. Like I said, I think a lot of times people get it mixed up and they have two main joints. Because you got feelings, you got to run around, you got to hide this and that. The side joint should know what it is. She should know I'm coming over. I'm about to hit that little dangly thing in the back of her throat and I'm going home.
Like the side joint, with the side joint, you just getting in and getting out. That's how you getting in and getting out.
That's what a side joint is. But I see a lot of people having a whole nother relationship with a girl talking about that's my side joint. You got a whole relationship, my man. Like you hiding from your side joint, but you got a main joint. That means you got two main joints.
Sometimes it might end up like that if the side joint get pregnant. That's another whole other conversation.
That happens. That's called being sloppy. Like or either being sloppy or believing a lie, she on the pill. That's the problem. Yeah, I'm taking my don't believe the side joint. We should listen, I'm telling everybody, you can't believe her. She might have ulterior motives, okay? Don't believe her.
Yo, it's so funny that you say that because I remember oh dang, wait, okay, I gotta think how I say this. I remember traveling on this trip. It's not me, it wasn't me, but the person who was traveling in the car couldn't go in the car. They had to fly separately because they needed to make sure that the side joint went to the vacuum joint because they didn't show up to the vacuum joint before and they was trying not to get caught.
Wow.
Right. And I'm like, you already got caught because of the fact that she needed to go to a vacuum. But yeah, so it was like they was like, okay, I know we're supposed to leave on this trip at such and such day and time, but I gotta make sure that she make it to the situation. And I was like, oh, you got stuff.
Yeah, that's too much.
Yeah.
Listen, it's all side joints. If you get a flat, your tire break down, don't call me. That's not for me.
What question? Aren't there certain calibers of side joints though? If you deal with a certain caliber, you gotta know the person you're dealing with. I don't know.
What do you mean?
What is a caliber? How is caliber and side joint in the same sentence?
Absolutely.
The reason why I'm saying caliber because like depending on who you're dealing with, some people you will have to deal with the foolishness, some people you won't. Depending on what relationship or background you had leading up to them, like the friendship. If your friends were having sex and then you can still be friends. Like I think that's my meaning. Like what
again, but I think nonsense is nonsense. Even if like if it's a friend and we start having sex and now you start tripping because we had sex, then you can't go back to what it was, right? So that's always going to be where that awkwardness is going to be there. So you may have to step away from that, right? You know what I mean? If the awkwardness is over, maybe they wanted more and you just can't go back. You know what I mean? Or else said we just can't be friends. If we can't be, like once you cross that line, I think you introduce something into that relationship now that I don't know how to just go back to being cool after that. Like it was good.
I heard somebody tell me once you get it out your system, you can go back to being cool. Just an opinion. I was like, oh, didn't think about that way.
Wow.
What happened was whoever they were with, it wasn't good, and they didn't want them again. Because if it was good, you thinking about that like, ooh, look at that. She sitting right there. Ooh, shit. She's sitting right there. Dang. Hey, girl. Hey, remember what we did before? We'll do it again. I mean, come on, man. If it was good, you ain't gonna just be like, oh, well, I don't want to do it anymore. I'm going to be friends.
I get it.
I can't say that. It might. hey, listen, I don't know. I haven't seen it work yet. It is for me. I haven't seen it work. Once you cross that line, then something has to happen, and it can't go back to what it was.
Right.
So if it can't go back to what it was, then just totally out your life.
Well, it depends because, like I said, now if you because it's tough now because now if you guys are around each other by yourself or it's tough, especially knowing one person had more feelings than another person. You know what I mean? It's weird now. You're not that friend that you were before because you crossed the line. So it makes it a lot tougher. Especially I'm like, dang, I know she wanted more. I don't know. It just be tough.
So is it like Shirley Murdoch and you thinking about As We Lay?
You know what I mean? Like, dang, I know.
You see Doc's face expression.
As we lay.
The sun is about to rise. You got to get up and go to your people.
You got to go home. I got to go home. We got to go home. I'm gonna be thinking about you all day. I'm gonna think about
I remember the music videos when Kelly Price redid the song. I was like, dang, they got to go home. It's over. I was looking at me like, dang.
See, they had a whole relationship. You feel me?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's two main joints. Like they like their little sides, their little world better than their real world that they had to go back to.
Mm-hmm.
She at work thinking about him. I was like, oh, I was at work thinking about you.
And just think, they ain't have text messaging back in the day when that song was out.
That means all day they was both just hot all day. Couldn't even call each other.
Hot and bothered.
Jeez.
I guess calling from the payphone.
That might have added to the angst. Like, woo, I've been thinking about I got something for you. When I see her tonight at 8 o'clock, I got something for her. Because you can't really get it out. You can't text it out. You can't do anything. You had to just act it out when you see them. So that was, whew. I need a drink on that one. That would be late.
Oh my God!
Oh, this is a real one tonight.
You cracking up.
Real one tonight.
Yeah, they got me cracking up.
See, this is to me, the pandemic is in the way of all this because you can't really have side joints like that.
You can't.
Well, for me,
I just know too many people who have them.
Well, that's cool. I just don't want to roll the dice and her come over and say hello, and now I get sick, and now I'm sick because we don't know where she was all day, right? You know what I mean? Because if she's my side joint, she might have another main joint or some other side joints out there. Because the time that she is not with me, she could feel with somebody else. Mm-hmm. So for me, it's dangerous because you don't know what this person is bringing back to you. Like I said, you can't. Like, unless you gonna wear a mask the whole time, like it put another wrinkle on things.
Right. So Miss Payne is talking about the cue or the text message back in the day was that you called and hung up.
Hey,
that was the
from
signal.
Experience. She calling from experience. I see what you did there.
Or if you had a pager, 911, you would pager, be like,
oh no, you would put the word hello upside down. That's 73 whatever. Doc, why are you looking like this? Is like we going old school.
Because that's not old school enough.
Yeah, we talking about when it was none of that.
We talking about pagers.
Yeah, we talking about where you couldn't do nothing. Where
I get it. I thought I would just bring my aspect to it. I can't help that.
But I mentioned the pager too, Kim. So you know.
Right? Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. You didn't tell me that, yo.
My between their numbers, so I'm just saying.
I'm talking about no clicking over and you calling for emergency breakthrough and there's emergency breakthrough from. Dang, she got me. She done said her name. You on your phone with your other girl. Tanya? Why she breaking through your line? I don't know. She got the wrong line.
Just my cousin.
She got the wrong line. I don't know how she even got this line.
Trisha taking us back. How you throw rocks at the window?
Yeah, that's another. Or your side joint call. You had a person designated. Call your brother or somebody. And they call you.
Right.
Listen, if my side joint is at my house throwing rocks, she's going to jail. Okay. Just letting you know, if you come to my house unannounced, you're going to jail. Side joint.
She need her vitamins and nutrients. What you mean? She needs you to
bail money. She gonna need bail money.
No, she needed her vitamins and nutrients, and you was taking too long. So she thought you needed an Uber, and she was gonna personally come and help you with the Uber ride.
Good. Now I'm gonna get her a ride home.
But side joints come unannounced. That ain't good.
Uber ride? You mean a hack?
I meant a taxi hack. My bad.
Listen, she can get whatever she wants to get to my house because she's gonna get taken home by the police. Okay, I'm gonna get you a ride to wherever you need to go, down to the station.
That's a shame.
Yes, I'm pressing charges. Yes, she said you know her not that well. I'm pressing charges.
She gonna be like, but his car was in my garage. I don't understand why he's saying he don't know me.
3 nights this week.
I do know her. Take her to jail, please.
That's a shame. That is a shame. Doc, did you want to hit that role play question or you passing it by?
Dang, that was what? Let me see.
That was a million years
remember?
ago.
I know, right?
About an hour ago.
Like, look at this hoe.
Wait, what? Oh, it's shot.
When you're role playing versus when you're not.
Ooh, you gotta. Okay.
Oh, there it is. Okay. I think that the difference is when you're role playing, you give permission
and consent.
and consent. Yes.
So do you
and
always
with role
need?
play, there will be I was going to say passwords, not passwords.
Well, it depends on what kind of role.
You mean the safe word? You mean about the safe word?
Safe word.
Safe word.
Safe word.
Password.
Where are we
Passwords,
going?
safe
We're
word.
somewhere else, Daryl.
What are we doing that we need passwords? What are y'all into? What
You
are
gotta
y'all
have an
into?
open mind, because you want to
I need-
build that intimacy. You
I
need
need a
passwords,
password.
code words.
We need to have a conversation before why I need a password. I don't know.
Because when you
Well, when you create the password,
playing,
you're gonna have that conversation that
Yeah, I don't know.
I
if
like
this
handcuffs,
password.
or I'm gonna put you in a swing, or
I got
But
a
you-
choke
I
around
got
your
people
neck.
that-
You
I got
give
people-
consent for the words and the deeds.
Yes, thank you.
Really? Is that what it is? Because some
Yes,
people
Yeah.
really.
okay, all right, in unison. Listen, so okay, now some people when they get in the mood, they start doing things and saying things in the mood, like you know what I mean. People want that spontaneity sometimes, right? So you're not asking for that, right?
Hmm.
well,
But
see, you
if
should have had the conversation before you in the moment.
Before, yeah.
For most things.
Do people rehearse like, hey, look, I'm about to do this. When I throw your leg up, I'm probably gonna say, hey, look,
No,
take
it's
this.
not that.
Like,
It's not that regimented. It's not that regimented.
So what is it? How's it go? Listen, I don't talk. I'm not a talker, right? And I remember my last experience, the girl was like, you need to talk more, and she's like, talk to me, and I'm like, it's 98 degrees because it was hot. So we laughed about it. I thought it was funny, but I don't know what to say. I'm not good at ad-libbing. Like, I'm not good at. So what are you talking about? What conversation are we having before? Like,
so
okay,
over dinner. Over
Okay,
dinner, when you are just having general conversation or just general conversation, and you start having this exploratory, what it would be like if we was to whatever, when we get to that point, what's the safe word?
Mm-hmm.
So you already had the description outside of the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's not during the moment, because during the moment, no, you might do some flipping me upside down and hold me sideways, and afterwards I'm be like, okay, I don't like that. Don't do that no more.
Right.
That's how I usually do it. I get the circus, and then after the circus, you tell me how it was. Like, I enjoyed the circus, or hey, that trapeze was not for me. Like, we kind of go with the flow. Like, free over dinner. Okay.
And even if you have this, like, even if you stop, she said, even if you have it over dinner, it doesn't mean that the very next time is going to happen.
Right.
It just means that there's going to be a moment that we're at our climax of how we're connecting. And can I say this safe word? Can I say apple pie? And you'd be like, yeah, give me a slice of that apple pie.
Oh, so the apple pie means to do it.
Right.
Right.
Oh, I thought it meant to stop it.
Or stop.
It could mean like
I'm confused.
depends on.
I'm confused. Okay.
You and whoever you're dealing with have that discovery conversation and create whatever word it's going to be. I just use apple pie because I guess maybe I want to slice apple pie. I don't know, but yeah, it's a word.
Gotcha. I'm trying. So I was in a situation where I was about to start, and we're about to get, and then she said throw her into a wall. So I wish she'd have told me that before, because I was done. I don't know what she expected to happen after she said throw her into a wall. I was like, wait, what'd you say? What you want me to do? Throw you into a wall. I'm done. I'm gonna go home. I didn't know what to do with that.
Yeah, because that's doing a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a different level.
Some people like that a lot.
Do you like apple pie, Ruth?
Yeah, Ruth must not like apple pie.
What do you like, Ruth? We want to know what you like. Tell us what you like.
Well, I think that the important point here is to have those conversations
and to be vulnerable and trust somebody enough that
So
But
you
see,
know,
but
if we had dinner and
Look
we
how
had
she said yes, she like apple pie. She like yes.
yes.
okay, apple pie on D
If
way.
we had dinner and we having discovery, you know, it's like, okay, so what do you like? What kind of things you like? What don't you like? So I won't do that.
Correct.
But you know what the problem I think is? I think a lot
Look,
of people have.
Miss Payne got no words.
I thought you was gonna stop by for a tad bit. You've been here the whole time.
She might as well just come on into the studio.
But see, I think so. I guess at a certain point you should have this conversation. But I think people have sex way before they have the conversation.
Oh yes, of course.
That's where the problems lie.
Yes. Because now you're developing blockers because you done got thrown into a wall and you didn't really like that.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't like it. I was like, this is not comfortable. I don't know. Abuse? I'm like, well, what's that gonna do for me? Because I'm done after that. Yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy. I wasn't ready. I was not ready. I ain't gonna let y'all. I ain't gonna no lie. I was not ready.
Yeah, I don't understand the aggression of going into the wall with that. Everybody got their own
thing.
I said, how do you even know you like that? Like, well, I'm confused.
Well, somebody had to have that vulnerable conversation to test it out for her to know.
I don't think it was a conversation. I think somebody threw her in the wall and she found out she liked it. I don't think there was a conversation. Because normally, if you talk to somebody like, yeah, I want to throw you into the wall, you're like, okay, let's try it. I don't know how you talk to somebody into that. I didn't talk to people in a lot of things, but throwing them into a wall, not one.
Right. I don't know. I don't know.
So if we looked at one particular blocker, such as emotional trauma, or let's say trauma in general, what are some of the ways that we can, you know, help people move past those kinds of blockers? Like, what are some things that they can do to kind of get past it? What is it?
We let Ruth's comment.
Yeah, I love that.
I think every power.
Listen, I hear you. I hear you.
Oh gosh.
I mean, and I wonder.
Doc, you had a real question though.
No, I was going to add to that. I wonder where that came from. Like Daryl said, somebody probably threw her into a wall and she realized she liked that, or she was thrown into a wall so much during sex or before sex that she's associated it with good sex.
Exactly.
Right.
Ooh,
exactly. So it could have came from an abusive situation
Yeah.
that's now rearranged how it is that she defines love, and that you really appreciate me in that moment. And yeah, let's get it. Like that's how she looking at it. Like, let's get it. And you like, no, something was wrong with him.
and she said that. That's what she said. She was like, "Oh, you soft." Oh, okay. I'm soft.
She said what?
She said
I was soft.
She said you were soft. Oh no.
Oh wow.
She said her exact words. She said, "You bitch ass Jersey niggas."
Oh my gosh.
I was in Chicago, and I was like, okay.
Yeah, Chicago say that.
I was shook. I didn't. I didn't.
That's interesting though, because her not realize her perception of what makes a good sexual partner is really kind of. I hate to say skewed, because different people like different things, but that's
different.
Yeah, that's
different. Real
different.
Way different.
Look, that's like a delicacy, if you will. Like, you know, people like their fetishes. They like their certain, you know, elements of intimacy and relationships and connecting. So it's like, yeah, everybody don't like that.
Right.
I wonder if there's a group for like wall throwers. Like, I've never heard that before or after that. Like there's a.
It's probably called something else, but yes.
Like headbangers or something like.
That is hilarious.
Yeah,
headbangers.
It was crazy.
So what about when people like become like withdraw or become silent around certain things? and like unable to kind of resolve what the challenges are. That's basically what all them words are saying.
I was trying to look, but it's really little on my phone. I was like,
Oh,
You mean like literal silence, like
like
not?
literal silence. Like they don't want to talk about those things that may created the anger, created the obstruction in their mind to kind of resolve whatever's going on, and they just basically just stop talking to you, and then therefore it's like a control of how much of you that they give to you to even get to that point. Because you're no longer connected to the relationship. If you're withdrawing and being silent, like you're no longer connected to that person.
Could if it's just around that one thing, could they still kind of be connected, but disconnected over whatever that issue is?
I mean, they could still be connected, but it's like they got issues they got to work through and become vulnerable to kind of talk through what broke their bridge of connecting with each other. Because communication always goes back to communication.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, again, like I think, like you said, the key would be communication. Like I said, everything goes back to people being able to express how they really feel. But the point is being comfortable enough to express how you feel.
And in the case of, if it's trauma related, one of the things you need to do is start to really kind of dig deep by first figuring out what trauma is and what that looks like and how it's playing out in your life. You have to learn how to emotionally regulate yourself, which means finding new ways to self-soothe. In the case of that woman with the throwing against the wall, that might be one of her numbing behaviors.
Right.
I guarantee to get thrown into the wall, you're gonna be numb. I can just go on a limb and think that.
So like, but then I'm thinking thrown into the wall like we fighting. But what if it's thrown into the wall? I'm trying to think of the movies. Like, when the movies throw you up against the wall and he has you up on the wall, you post it up and doing whatever. That's not as aggressive, but you're still getting thrown up against the wall.
But I think it was in the delivery, like I said, when the bitch ass nigga came out, it wasn't like, just put me against the wall. No, it was throw me into the wall, you bitch ass niggas from Jersey.
After you then invested in a plane ticket and traveled and all of that.
So how I handled it when she called me soft? Well, see, I was in shock at just her saying throw me into the wall. So I was like, what? Wait, what you say? And then that's when she came back like, you bitch ass nigga, you soft. I got up and I went downstairs and I told my brother who was downstairs, like, she just wanted me to throw her into the wall, and I just left it alone. I didn't go back up there, and she got dressed and her friend got dressed and they left and they called us some more names and they left the house.
Oh my God.
It was crazy. Look, it was literally insane. I was like, girls from Chicago are bananas.
Watch it.
It just was a crazy. No, that's what I said at the time. You know what I mean? Just
okay.
It was just bananas. It was crazy, and I don't know. It just was crazy.
Did it upset you?
Excuse me?
Did it upset you?
No, it was just shocking because I'm like, I didn't know, like, was it a game or are you trying to get? So a little backstory: my man played football for the Lions, so he got the Jones to come over. You feel me? So I didn't know if they were like, are you trying to set us up? To get the cop? I don't know what it was. It was more of a shock because I just never heard anything like that, and it really seemed like that's what she really wanted because. Like she followed up with some other things. She said like, because I wasn't about that life. Like it was not even going to throw you into a wall. I didn't know. She wanted me to knock her out first, so she couldn't. I don't know. It just was weird. It just was weird. And we talked about it.
It puts a different context to it too. Mm-hmm. The whole football life puts a different context to it.
Does it? She was just so aggressive with it. That's what to me was kind of weird. Like it was like. Sex is intimate and it's supposed to be, but she was like, throw me into the wall, you bitch ass nigga. Like, you faggot. I go, oh, God. Like,
Wow.
I think if I might need a therapy if I didn't have my friends there to kind of laugh about it. It was just weird. Like, and we all admitted like we never heard anything like that before. I didn't understand we didn't understand what do you get out of that. Like we kept. I wish that she could have stayed around. Not gonna talk to her and ask some questions. I'm like, what do you get out of being thrown into a wall? Like once you hit the wall, I'm not ready to do anything. I'm asleep.
But take you to the ER.
Yeah, like I'm good. Like that didn't excite me, right? That I'm not excited about throwing somebody into a wall. So I don't know where we go from here because now I'm not. That was a blocker. That was an intimacy blocker. Nothing was working after that. After that comment, nothing was working. Nothing when it couldn't work at that point. So yeah, it was a crazy experience.
She wanted a Christian Grey experience from 50 Shades.
Yeah, but he ain't throw nobody into no wall.
How you know?
He had contracts and everything. He wrote, cause like I said, they had the conversation. He wrote out everything, what it was, what the punishment was, what happened here. You know, that they had a whole. Like I said, this was like you kind of said. If you talked about it before, I could have knew she shouldn't have came with us anyway. Like if we did discuss what this was going to look like going forth, I'd be like, oh, never mind. I don't really throw people in the walls. I'm good. But it's just you can't spring that up on somebody in the middle when you're about to start.
Wow.
Not when you're about to start.
You're about to start. Like she started off like that. Like, oh, this could only get worse.
But it shows evidence that there are some people who have, again, different fetishes that work for different people. And it's like it can become a blocker in a new situation when that person, you might be vibing, but you might not be vibing all the way because your fetishes may just be too far. Now, of course, we usually say that again.
And they could, like you said, they could be blockers.
Like they could be blockers. Yeah, because it's like, okay, I don't know what you've been into. I'm vibing with you, so I got an open mind and I trust you. But certain things I'm just not going to do. And is that abandonment, or is that like not accepting who they are?
Well, actually, I will say at least she was confident enough to say what she wanted, right? Because she said it with no problem, and was kind of advocating for it. I think she was trying to make me upset to make it happen, but that just scared me more. So I was like, oh no, I can't. I'm going to be your bitch. Then I'm a bitch. I'm gonna go downstairs. So, but she did, really speak to what she wanted. So it must have worked in other situations, I guess. But she wasn't afraid to say, "This is what I want from you. This is how I want you to treat me."
Right.
And I'm gonna treat you like I said. I'm gonna treat you the same way. I guess that the aggression you need to make it happen. I'm gonna try to push you over the edge with these words now.
Right. Which is special.
Yes.
Which is truly, truly special.
She was really touched. Like I said, I'm not a little guy. Like I kind of lift weights, so
He said, "I kind of lift weights."
Like, what are you trying to do here?
She's trying to get it in.
She's trying to get imprint in the wall. That's what she's trying to get.
See, it hasn't been thrown that hard though either. Like the way you said, like you fighting her, you wouldn't have to throw it that hard in the wall. She just need I don't know.
Nah, again, when she started talking that way, like when she started talking that way, it's kind of like you were trying to disrespect to make me upset, right? She was trying to talk like you bitch nigga from Jersey, all niggas is soft. Like that to me is like you were trying to invoke a response that wasn't good.
Right.
That could have led her to be thrown into a wall. So anger and shit talking and then thrown into a wall, yeah, you got a concussion now. I don't know how you end up with a concussion trying to have an intimate, night. So I don't know. I don't know what she's doing.
I don't know. You get a concussion from a football player. That's a nice come up.
Well, yeah, and now, like I said, that
if you think about it that way,
it could have been something like that. Like I just never knew. Like, and I never
go get your settlement. That's what you're saying.
And it could it could be something like that. I just don't know, But it was just weird. For me, it was weird.
Well, it's good that you did not act on it. If it was something that wasn't comfortable for you, it's a good thing that you didn't just do it anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, under pressure. Like, okay, wait, she's gonna say what about me? Yeah, let me go ahead and do this real quick.
Like I did have some dreams about throwing a joint into a wall. No, I mean, this wasn't something that it just ever crossed my mind to do. That's just weird. I don't know.
Yeah.
And it's like you gotta just, know. Jaja said it sounded like a setup, which is possible because you in somebody else's house and upstairs, and she knows people downstairs, and could have went down and changed the whole conversation to what was agreed upon upstairs. And then now you're a part of the TV show Chicago PD.
That's kind of what I kind of thought. And I even asked my man, like, are you playing games? Like, am I being punked? He's like, what are you talking about? Like, the girl you brought to hook us up with, she's talking about throwing us into the wall. He's like, nah, I don't know. So I don't know. Listen, terrible.
Have you been back to Chicago since then?
Absolutely not.
Oh my God.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Chicago is a lovely place.
So before there, as we're going to the party, we were at a red light. We seen a homeless dude. Well, we thought he was homeless. This white dude on the corner. Like, here, man, some money, get something to eat. He's like, nah, I don't want no money. He said, can I come with y'all? Wait, what? What happened? Pull off. Chicago was a bad experience for me when I went.
Yes.
Yes, I was dodging like the Matrix. I was like, whoa.
Because a lot of people like to play from the victim role and being able to just, validate themselves from the victim standpoint because they are not dealing with other issues that cause them to be blocked and really connecting with somebody. So it's like they connect with them until they get to a certain point and then say, well, I can't do relationships successfully, not realizing what they've brought into that conversation that causes for the separation.
Right.
Or at the very surface level, they see dollar signs.
Yes.
Right.
That's the only thing I really thought about, in that situation. Because I mean, I was a football player too that night. I played for the Lions. I'm just on the bench.
Okay, play for the Lions.
Hey, you gotta use what you got at times. I mean, man played, he was legit. We was all out, we're in the clubs and we're with all the football players. Yes.
Right.
I played too. So it could have been something like that. It definitely could have been something like that. She played the player.
She tried to.
Yeah. It'd be bad if I threw the ball. She was looking for money and I ain't had none.
Especially not no ball money, right?
Right.
I ain't got none.
You'd have been real messed up.
Right.
With a concussion.
You keep going to this concussion.
You done got a concussion from a regular old dude.
Right.
I was broke at this time too. Hey, you have my sneakers if you want. That's all I got. Like, I had nothing to give.
Not you trading sneakers. What's she gonna do with your size whatever sneakers?
13.
My apologies. What's she gonna do with your size 13 sneakers? She gonna trade them in?
There we go.
That's all I had to give. What up, Del?
Hey, there we go.
What's up, family?
They talking about football players throwing girls into the wall.
Now.
He's a piece of yeah, that's terrible.
Well, we talking about girls requesting it.
Yeah, the girl requested it, not the guy doing it. The girl requested it.
What, to be thrown against the wall?
Yeah.
Del, yes, man. The John, we was about to get
I don't trust nobody that much to throw somebody against the wall, man.
There you go.
She might like me. She might like me on Monday, mad at me on Tuesday, call the police on Wednesday. Nope.
The family is here.
She might like
everybody's here.
She might like me on Monday, mad at me on Tuesday, call the police on Wednesday. Nope.
The family is here.
She might like
everybody's here.
She might like me on Monday, mad at me on
Wait, why we got these echoes?
Nope.
Somebody is listening to another device, so it's like
everybody's here.
Might like me on Monday, mad at me on
Wait, why we got these echoes?
Somebody is listening to another device.
Everybody can.
Somebody is listening to another device.
Let me check mine.
Somebody
wow.
Another device.
Let me check mine.
Somebody
Wow.
That's you, April.
Let me check mine.
That's you, April. Turn it on.
Wow.
That's you, April. There we go.
Oh my goodness. April came. What set you got? The echo? Echo effect?
Hey y'all.
We back.
April came in with the remix.
Yeah.
Right?
Turn your radio down. Turn your radio down.
Look, since we doing throwbacks, you can't listen to your interview on the radio.
What is going on?
Turn your radio down. Turn
Oh,
your
listen,
radio down.
a lot happening.
I put her back on mute.
Okay. But yeah, I was trying to listen to Del Rico's take on this experience that Daryl had, where the girl told him to throw her up against the wall, thinking he's a football player.
Because he hanging out with the Detroit Lions.
I'm all for the roughness and taking it there, but I ain't with throwing nobody against no wall, man. When they say, they like it rough, and then, I'm 225. Women are small. Even if threw a woman through the wall, and nah. D, you got it, man.
Listen,
not,
she said that he wasn't.
She said, so like I said, she was like, throw me against the wall. I'm like, what? What you say? She's like, come on, you bitch ass nigga. I said, whoa. She's like,
damn.
Yeah, she said, you Jersey niggas is bitches. And that's when I got them rolled. Like, I said, wow. I didn't know what. I'm like, so,
You ain't signed up for that kind of party.
I did.
Yeah, that's too much.
I was shook. I ain't gonna lie, I was shook.
Yeah, that's too much BS in her past, man. Like, nah, she got used to it and accustomed to all this BS. Like, so every guy after that got to be physical, got to punch her in the face, elbow her in the stomach. Like, nah, I'm cool. Yeah.
For me to get hot, you got to drop an elbow on my neck, huh? What you say?
Yeah, like, nah.
I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm not gonna do it. I don't like it. Pineapple.
Yeah.
You said pineapples.
That's the safe word.
That's the safe word right there.
Or Ruth, you said apple pie, right? Apple pie.
I mean, apple pie could be a word. Pineapples could definitely be a word. You don't want off to be the word.
It's funny how she tested your manhood because you wouldn't do exactly what she wanted you to do, what you wanted her to do. Females are funny with that. Any woman who's ever done that, I run fast, man.
Exactly.
I run fast.
Yes,
you're not going to test my manhood because you're not getting exactly what you want. Like, I'm exactly. Cool.
And said to me,
hey, Sandy.
And for me, it's crazy because, like I said, she said it like it was, cool. That's what she do. You feel me? It wasn't like she was cool, confident with it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, go ahead with the confidence, girl. She over here. She got wall print all over the city.
Oh shoot!
Cause she that side joint and the side joint we was talking about earlier. That's her role play. Her role play is throw me up against the wall, not the intimate 50 Shades of Grey throw me up against the wall.
That's sad.
Her role play leads to a concussion. I keep telling you that.
Daryl, you should have walked out and said, wait a minute, let me get my helmet.
she got
let me come back with my helmet.
She got CTEs right now.
You need some shoulder pads.
If you gotta get a CT scan after sex,
right?
That's a little bit much.
Oh Lord.
I mean, sometimes it does get, but I ain't throwing no lines in the wall.
They had to get a CT scan?
I mean,
or MRI?
Hey,
That's a hell of a knock at the door with no hand.
For real.
I done told you the circus is in town. Let's get ready.
You know what?
Let's see how flexible you really are.
Like, cause some people you take them to that point. You flip on that light, man. Some people can't turn it off, man.
Can't come back from that.
Wow.
Yeah, and you wonder why you bloody and your lip busted and your head got knocked on it. Yeah, you asked for this. Now you going out there looking crazy, and you gotta tell people, "Nah, this is just from sex, man."
That's crazy.
Like he really loves me. Like I asked for this. Like, nah, I'm
Right.
Well, how would they even look too if your girlfriend came to you and be like, "Oh," and then you telling them how was your date? Oh, my date was great. And they be like, "Well, damn, what happened to your face and what's going on?" Like, but it was fabulous. Like he did this and he shook me upside down and no.
Why you got handprints on your neck?
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
Hey, don't strangle me either.
Trisha, don't be messing up my movie, Mr. and Mrs. Smith. They do that.
Right.
That's my movie.
Bing.
They had a certain specialized set of skills.
Yeah, they were on the same level. That's different. They were trained at that level, so that was okay.
Yeah.
So what happens if you can't tell a person you're not comfortable with that?
Looks like you
What
gonna have a
happened?
concussion.
What happened?
You're gonna be choked.
Yeah.
You're gonna be in the bathroom crying afterwards. You're gonna have nightmares about it. That's what happens if you don't tell a person how you feel about them doing whatever. Because,
I'm sorry. I don't know that question, Doc.
Or in a guy's case, you might be going to jail, like Del Rico said.
yeah. Well, I mean, she loves you, so she ain't gonna tell. She's gonna.
But she might not tell, but when she go and do that report to her friends, they might tell.
They might tell, right?
Yeah, but then she gonna love you enough to turn on them. Say they lying. I fed understand.
That's if you hit that all the way in the back. I hit that all the way in the back.
I mean, if you throw her into a wall and she still think you a bitch ass nigga, she gonna call somebody.
Yeah. Before you make it to that plane.
And, you know, I think that's the other problem. What if you threw in the wall wasn't enough? It's like that's all you got. Like, oh man, I can't win.
But some people like going to the ER, be like, okay, well, we had a condom on when it got started, and then it got stuck up there. Doc, can you take it out? I don't know what we was doing.
Oh man, losing condoms.
She'll come back and say, "I love you."
Because some people think love is aggressive.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
100.
See, that's the thing. If I'm slamming you up, I don't love nobody. I'm slamming all up against things and elbowing. Like, I hate you.
Right.
Like, there's no. I don't know. I'm different. Like being physical and being aggressive. Okay, that's fine. So a woman can know she's with a man. But then she don't need to like. I'm a former football player, so I always think of that. Once you turn it on, like it's hard to turn that switch off, man.
Right.
And I'm just thinking about, and I don't know if y'all spoke about the past football player who just did what he did with his girlfriend.
Yeah, we talked about that. That animal.
Yeah, it's like he's a fucking filthy animal.
Yeah,
awful.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
But there's
and he's
a
just
lot
gonna put
of
the
brothers.
little mental health jacket on, and it's gonna be okay.
Yeah, he's gonna.
Well, that's the NFL protecting him because he's white. You know how they do.
Yeah,
right. Like I've been there. I know how they
black.
do. And she's a black woman. And
she was.
They're gonna definitely go. They definitely gonna go and say, "Oh, he has mental health issues." And like my former teammate Ray Rice, there was no health issues with that. It was just they called him what he was, and he was an awful human being for putting his hands on a woman. But now we see how the system goes, and they gonna call it a white boy and say he has issues and this, that, and that. But it'd been probably different if she was a white girl, though.
Oh yeah, probably
for sure.
I agree.
It would have been all on his behind, like you said, Daryl. Like Vic, they would have prosecuted his social media, the public. Yes. Everybody would have prosecuted him, just like they prosecuted Vic.
Mm-hmm. And we're not really getting that public trial because they didn't swept it on the rug, cleaned it up, and it's done.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, they moved him up out of the NFL, from understanding, quietly. They ain't make a big spectacle about it. Nobody
And
standing in
come
front of
out
the
until
stadium.
he was out of the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it happened. It happened more than a week ago,
Wow.
and it took until Wednesday for us to even hear something about it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
But
So
when
they
Ray
did.
Rice was in the elevator, we was right there in the elevator.
Listen.
We
Yeah.
knew that. We knew the next day that Ray Rice hit that woman in the elevator.
Well, remember,
Next,
Ray was different because he came forward and told him what happened.
You
know,
right?
Well, he
did
knew
his
that
thing.
the
Yeah,
video
because
was
he has.
coming out.
Well, remember, they hid the
Yeah, he
video
knew.
first.
His lawyers told him, you better tell now,
Yeah,
because that's the
yeah.
only way you're gonna get a chance of saving your career is
Right.
if you get in front of it. But he's a black man. Ain't no getting in front of that.
Yeah, they
Nope.
drug him.
You black man. We're gonna make an example out of you. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And it's just sad that if we lived in an equal world, this white boy would be thrown under the bus as well. But we live in a
Absolutely.
whole different society,
Yep.
so they gonna try to pull up his father was abusive, his mother was this, his that, you know.
Well, I
So
think Camp said they already said that he was bipolar. Did you say that, Camp, earlier?
I think Tanya said that in the
Yeah,
comments
Tanya
that
said
he
in the
was
comments.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Who's
Someone did say that he was
the football
bipolar already.
player.
Somebody bipolar, which is crazy. Like, you know, already
So,
going with the.
so does he get a
and
pass?
his name
He's bipolar.
Well, that's why
and his name is Chad Wheeler.
Wheeler.
So
Right.
Wheeler, yeah, Chad Wheeler. When we saying it, say this dirty, disgusting white boy's name, Chad Wheeler.
Right.
That's who he was.
I
And the
wonder if he
thing
can
is,
get any jail time though. Maybe
No,
not.
they're gonna put him in a mental health institution
I was
that is an
Right, that's what I'm saying.
incarceration.
That's why I said no. Yeah.
Institution.
They've already given him his pass, which
Yep.
is that bipolar tag. So
Yep.
Yes. That's why
That's
they
what I
tagged
said.
to him. Yep.
and most people don't know before he even came out. See what happens in the NFL? They dig your background up. My past is there, so they dig up from the time you 10 years old.
Yep.
So he had this happen before in college at USC. He did something similar in college.
wow.
And they swept it under the rug because he's 6'7", 320 pounds.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And in the NFL, they're gonna give you meds and say, we could take care of it because it's a business that's saying we'll tolerate it until we can't tolerate it anymore.
No more.
You know what I'm saying? If your play is great and you playing well, we'll tolerate almost anything. We've seen it. I mean, I've been in a locker room with people who are awful men, terrible men, but they could play football. So they get coddled. All the stuff gets thrown under the rug. And if you're not any good, well, you're gonna be the one they make an example out of. So this white man he's replaceable. He wasn't a great. So now you throw him under the bus but you already knew he had this issue.
Right.
So you was already prepared to when it was gonna happen, because it's only a matter of time. If you're not, especially with that type of classification or diagnosis, it's only you can only hold that under wraps for so long because you have to follow the regimen of the medication and therapy.
I would want to know where that diagnosis came from. Like, I think this dude just beat the brakes off this girl because he beat the brakes off her. You know,
he thought she was dead and was mad that she was still alive.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So he was like, oh, she lived, like not like that. Like, so that's something different. Like I said, if he can hold it together on the field, he ain't trying to kill nobody on the field or in the locker room, but he want to try to jump on this young lady. That's about choice.
Yeah, part of that is he's a coward.
Yeah,
definitely. I told Mary that. I said he chose to do that because there was other men he was banging helmets and banging heads with. They would have gladly fought him. Gladly. With no issues. Somebody my size, and he's 5 inches taller than me and 100 pounds heavier than me. But somebody my size would have been ready to rumble him in the field. But he ain't want no parts of that. I'm gonna go home and beat my girlfriend up.
That's 144 pounds, 5'3".
So I wonder if they dig a little deeper into his past and see that, like, maybe he has some issues with his mom or some other sort of abuse.
I think they will. They need an excuse, right? So they're going to try to use, and they already got this bipolar. That might have been something he had when he was 7 years old or something they found in his past, right? We
Right.
don't know exactly where it came from, but just by it coming up, it
Right.
just shows they're like you said, they're already giving him his out, and hopefully
They're
not an out
building
of
his narrative. Yep.
and hopefully not out of jail and into a hospital or something. Hopefully, man, they let this animal go where he need to go. You feel me? Because he's an animal. Because like I said, he beat this girl like almost to death. He pummeled her almost to death. That's crazy.
But he's going to have access to going to the mental health spa of prison, as opposed to the mental health whatever. Like, you know, as far as getting an intense thing, he's going to go to the place that they protect the people, as opposed to really giving him the necessary care that he needs.
Damn.
And then the doctors that's going to be in there is going to look at him as a celebrity. So then he's even going to not even be held accountable to what his real situation is.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's really this type of stuff. You know, it gets really just shows the the gap in equality, and it's upsetting to keep having to deal with this type of stuff and be treated this way with no repercussions. You know, it definitely gets upsetting, and this could be a blocker, like you said, in itself, because you get tired of seeing this type of stuff happen and people getting away with things. If he does, I don't know if he is, but I mean, if we follow history, he will get a lighter sentence than anybody else.
Sad, man. Very sad.
That judge is serious.
They do a good job. I know a little bit about it because I read about it, but even the Seattle Seahawks, when they issued their statement, it was them coddling him and protecting him. You know, we're saddened by the events. You're saddened? Like, there's a lot harsher words that we could use for this situation than to just say we're sad. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? This is the most awful, atrocious act that anybody could. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can use
this egregious act
to pinpoint what it is instead of trying to solve it.
Yes,
man.
Yes.
Egregious animal. I agree.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Disgusting. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You know,
there's definitely words that, because if it was me or D, they definitely would have used words.
We'd have been on every channel, every news channel. They'd have been talking about things we did when we were 7 years old, like he stole us coin when he was 7.
Right.
You know, they would have went back and they would have did.
And the NFL, they went back and questioned my 3rd grade teacher when I was going to the NFL.
Really?
So, yes. Miss Coretta, my 3rd grade teacher. What can my 3rd grade teacher tell you that's going to affect what's going on today?
Wow.
Like, yeah, he didn't listen to me. No 3rd grader is, man.
He was so defiant.
Yeah, so when she called me, like, Del Rico, the NFL called. I'm like, huh? They called. You was my 3rd grade teacher. Like, so when they want to do their homework, they do their homework, man. So, you know, all of that, they know just what they're doing. I mean, it's a very it's 75% black, but we know we're just the entertainment. We don't run nothing. We don't call shots. We don't do any of that, and they do a good job of protecting each other. And the NFL is just a microcosm of this country. That's all it is, man. Like, when we have conversations and we'll say, yeah, well, this guy beat on this woman. Well, society, that's what they do in society. You know what I'm saying? It's just NFL players have the spotlight and NBA players have the spotlight, but it's just a microcosm of the society we live in. And it's bad.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Peace.
Well. April, what you sipping on? You came on with a martini glass. What's in that martini glass?
An apple martini.
Ah. You came on with water this time? That's why you're not telling us off? No red label?
I drank 2 Fridays in a row. I'm good. I had a beer 2 weeks ago and a red label last week. Water for the next 3 shows.
Oh, he's so dedicated, so disciplined.
He's sipping on hydration.
Yeah.
Me too. Ice in my glass.
No, I got my 7-year-old with me. So I got my 7-year-old, so I gotta behave.
Okay.
That's what I'm talking about. So, yeah, responsible. That's how we are.
Yeah.
They don't promote that.
Oh,
Yeah.
whatever.
Nah,
What are you
but
talking about?
D, my son different though. He'll call me out, man. He'll tell me you better drink some water or something, man. So,
Which again goes to the point that you are raising him correctly, right?
yeah.
So, April, what are you talking about, April? I'm confused.
What? I'm sorry?
You made a
Hey, but
statement.
why it's so dark at your house? What's going on?
I'm in a different room. I'm closer to the Wi-Fi. My Wi-Fi was acting up, so
It's dim in there. I'm wondering.
I'm not.
But you
I'm
further
sorry.
away from the light.
Your electricity is off.
No, you know what? When I have too much martini, my face gets blushed, so I don't want y'all to see that.
So we gotta look at a black square.
It's not black.
No, it's not
like a
black.
it's like a shadow.
It's just dim. I thought somebody might have been rubbing your feet or something.
Dim is dark.
Y'all are funny.
She like,
Yeah,
don't tell nobody.
That was earlier.
Who you with?
Oh, that's what it was. Oh. How that CMOS working for you?
That's good. That's why she was late coming on.
That moss is working.
Don't
Like
need no
right.
moss.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, you got another applicant. So you was a part of the side join conversation.
Never a side join.
Really?
But you had to
Really?
get the right join that.
Yes.
So
Yes,
I mean,
girl.
just 'cause you said
Don't
it,
start
make
your
it true.
prep.
Just because you say it, don't make it true, okay?
Listen, I make
I
sure.
wasn't his side John. Really. A lot of people like sometimes we be in categories we don't even know. Men or women. You don't even know.
You
your
know what?
category.
You are absolutely right.
You definitely think you in the driver's seat and find out somebody else was really driving.
But let my spidey senses go off. It's done.
I do think we should listen to, but sometimes I think we may manifest things that may not be there sometimes. So it's
That's
tough.
true.
Definitely true.
It's really tough.
And I am at the age where, you know what? It is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
No losses, no gains.
You sure?
Yes, I am. Very sure.
Talk about it.
No, Daryl.
Sometimes on that second chapter, third chapter of it being it is what it is, you still got feelings. Feelings.
This is not a therapy session.
I ain't trying to make no therapy session.
Listen,
Ain't nobody swipe no card.
It got quiet. She like
You trying to go deep. I'm good.
Deep.
I wasn't saying you. I was saying in general.
We just want to know.
Oh, okay. All right.
I wouldn't come for you on the Facebook and on. Yeah, no, I wouldn't do that.
They said it is what it is. You know, what it is. How deep is it?
Very deep.
I like
that.
We need martinis more often. That's what I get them.
Shut up, Jim.
You need martinis more often. I like this.
You like this version of her?
Yo, I like this version.
This was supposed to be for the back room.
Green room session.
That's right, green room.
So
the blue light.
Green room.
Red light.
We got any closing thoughts? Because we have covered a lot of ground, especially for anybody who has joined us from the beginning through now. Like we've covered a lot of stuff that definitely feed into what blocks us in our intimacy, but then some other stuff too. So what would be like a closing thought we would have for today's conversation? Whoever would like to go first.
Know your safe words. Apple pie is better than thrown to a wall.
You took mine.
I'm going to piggyback off of Daryl. Yeah, know your safe words. No, mofo. No.
Yes, Ruth. Yes.
And just being vulnerable to really have those real conversations, because there are things that's medical issues or past history or even relationship stuff that you guys are dealing with now. It could be the pandemic, it could be finances, it could be a whole bunch of stuff that's happening right now. You got to have that space to really talk about it so that it doesn't manifest into just blocking you to not be present. Like you become silent and withdrawing from your partner. And you don't even think that you are, because you're like, well, I see you every day, or I'm talking to you, like, but you still could be withdrawn from an intimate level.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Anything else?
Doc Camp.
Yeah, Doc. Well, Camp said you took hers.
Well, all I can say is still have a safe word, but maybe even when it comes to communication, having a word to say, let me take a step back and I'm gonna come back to it, like in the 30 minutes, 15 minutes, so we can really, work this out. Because, like Dara said, we're looking over the horizon. The horizon is where we at. It's gonna be like that for a while. So just really taking the time out to hash things out. So yeah.
Meet you upstairs.
Why you gotta go upstairs? Like every room could be christened.
Well, she don't want to talk in this room. She might not want to talk in this room, so we can do something else in another room.
So it could be the kitchen.
Yeah, whatever. Turn the burner off.
Or the table.
Or the table.
Yeah.
Or the nightstand.
No, hey, not on the table. My kids eat there. My daughter eat at the table.
That's what you clean it for.
Just use the table.
Nah, I can't. I just still see the butt on there, and my daughter eating that spot. I can't do it. That's a blocker.
That's what you you need a plate setting to cover that spot after you clean it, so you don't see the butt mark.
Are you plastic?
But I, in my mind, I know it's there. Like that's where it was. A little juice right there.
But that'll bring a smile to your face, like, yeah, we got it in right
daughter,
here.
Hey, baby, you got to eat at the other side of the table. That's the side of the we get a new table. Don't eat at the table. No, I can't do that. No, I can't do that.
You shouldn't limit your escapes and discovery sessions just to one room in the house.
Not on kitchen table, okay? I limit it to no kitchen table. Is that okay?
Just buy multiple chairs.
Whatever you do, I'm just saying the chandelier works, however.
Well, depending on, you gotta be careful with the chandelier. That'll come down. So I don't want to go to the hospital.
You got that thing in your house that you showed us when you walked through your workouts, that pull-up thing.
I did my thing is all the time.
That.
I thought you was my thing in my house. Okay, you mean that thing. Okay,
I don't know nothing about that thing, so let's have a disclaimer.
Right.
I don't want no trouble. I want none of your people coming in my DM talking about what you know about that thing.
I'm just saying it's a thing in my house. It's here. He's here.
Right. Doc, you want to close us out before we go into the wrong? We go talking about cars and garages.
Y'all already went off the rails.
We've been off the rails for the past hour.
Yes.
No, it's been more than an hour.
Yes.
It's been more than an hour.
It's been from the beginning, I think.
Babe, Ruth, their last words is taking a turn.
Unusual.
Yes.
No, it's not really unusual, though.
It's not really unusual. Y'all just usually don't see it. Doc ain't trying to bring us back. She just like giving us a look. Wait till we get in the green room. We're going to get cursed out.
Right? Exactly.
Thank you, Ruth. I'm trying. It's kind of hard to wrangle him tonight. I don't know what's going on.
It was kind of loud.
I had water. And my little to-go
and
cup.
I had limeade. I ain't had no alcohol whatsoever.
Maybe we need the alcohol to kind of bring y'all down.
I had a little citrus in my green tea tonight. Got me live.
It did have you like a little live.
I'm glad I don't got to drive tonight. I couldn't drive, so I'm home. So I'm good.
Wow.
Oh gosh. So
thank you everyone for joining us tonight. It's been real.
And those who catch us on the replay, let us know how you're feeling, how you're vibing with us.
And thank you for the comments.
Yes.
Thank you.
The comments were live tonight too. They were real live in the comments. So thank you guys tonight.
Yes.
See, y'all turned us up.
Yeah.
And drop us some lines on what topics you want us to talk about. Let us know if you want to be a part of the panel, on occasion, or, let us know.
Let us know.
Oh, thank you.
Who's that?
Thank you.
User.
Yeah, who's that?
And we don't know. You gotta go to the group to find out, or wherever they logging in from.
Okay. Thank you, Facebook user.
All right, y'all. So we're here every Friday, sip and chat. So, definitely share comments that you want us to know about this conversation, but then also topics that you want us to know. We always gonna take a topic and put a spin on it.
We're gonna smack it up, spin it,
We're gonna
rub it down. Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh Lord!
All right, y'all. Be safe, stay safe, and stay well. All right.
Good night.
Good
Love
night.
you too. Love you too.